Welcome to Ales and Fails. My name is Gannon.
I'm Brian.
And we are here today opening up the D&D Icons of the Realms Phandelver and Below, the Shatter Obelisk case. We bought this just to add to the collection behind us and to do a review on the new Wizkids set.
Strictly here for the miniatures, as you can obviously tell, but nevertheless, I think we're going to have a very interesting time with this. So,
yeah, should be fun. Stick around. We'll each be opening up a 2 bricks each. It should come out to a total of about 128 miniatures, I believe. Should be some fun. Let's get into it.
Oh boy.
Welcome back. We have gotten them out of the box. We're looking at the back of it here with the hydras on it. The sides have a couple of... This side has a couple of different miniatures that will be in the set. Same with this side. And then the front of it has the actual Shattered Obelisk picture from the book, the cover of the book, I believe. And so yeah, let's get them open.
We're just getting in there. Plastic's plastic.
Yeah.
I mean,
It comes on everything.
wrapping plastic is plastic.
Always something good you can use if you're doing any custom terrain or something like that. You can always use a heat gun and shrink that, and it can become a lot of different terrains. So that's always good to actually end up keeping. Yep.
Just pop the top on this one, but you go first, my man.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So it looks like we have the Alpha Grick right out the bat of the big one. So that's going to be our larger miniature from the set. Our first small one here looks like one of the Drows. Yep, this is the Drow Shadow Blade. It's a little bent forward. A good way to fix that is by just dipping it in some really hot or boiling water for a couple of seconds, and then you can just hold it in place, and it will actually fix it from being leaning forward so much. On that guy, that's actually a pretty good looking paint job.
Ooh. I appreciate the detail on the chest armor.
And the face.
Mm-hmm.
Eyes are actually in a good place. They're not all yeah, and actually some good shading on the cloak there. And yeah, no, he definitely looks very good.
Fantastic.
All right, what is this next one here? We have one of the zombies, one of the repaints from the Undead's Army, I believe, which honestly I believe looks better than the Undead Armies.
Yeah,
That paint job's pretty...
Some toned down colors and some noticeable details on the face that are very nice.
And I will say I'm actually somewhat impressed with this grouping compared to some of the other ones I've opened. This is actually one of the better paint sets I've seen. And then here we have the Helmed Horror, which is cool because it's a dwarf compared to being just a normal humanoid like most of them are in the past. Actually, I believe almost all of them have been. So seeing a dwarf one is actually really cool to see that.
Alright, let's get this second one open. Can we get 2 bricks in a row? We do not.
Ooh, that is a hooked horror.
Yes, that is. And he does not want to connect. There he goes. Now, that's an interesting paint job. I like that look.
I think, and when I was looking at them prior to actually buying any of them, I think the biggest thing for me is I thought it would need more wash on it. I think some portions of it could use just a little bit more wash around the lower chest and around the claws, but it does actually look a lot better in person than it did just on the previews from certain images and things of those sorts of being excited to see them. So.
Next up we have another Drow. This one is the named character, Nezznar The Spider. A little bent on the staff, obviously, easy fix there. But overall, the paint scheme on that one as well, the blacks and the reds and the purples, actually, they're well enough contrast that you can tell the difference. And they're not like too muted or anything like that.
Yeah, and especially with the outside of the cloak being black and then the inside being red, just adds an additional touch there that looks very, very nice. Skin tones, pretty well done. Hair looks good. So yeah, I mean, I think the biggest one with this is obviously anytime you have a small weapon or something of those sorts in a miniature's hand, they seem to warp just from being so skinny and the plastic being very pliable. So yeah, no, very good looking miniature though.
Speaking of pliable, this is another zombie, but this one's leaning very far back. Definitely an interesting looking guy with the spear going through the neck.
Yeah, no, that's a really good looking one.
The lean, in all honesty, I mean, that could be there on purpose, and I'd believe it because,
yeah,
I mean, it is a zombie. It's not standing upright,
bad.
slowly kind of sauntering towards you with a probably punctured spine right there.
Very, very unique one. I don't know if that's one of the repaints or not. I don't believe so, but it very well could be. But looks very nice, actually. The organs could obviously use a little bit more red. It looks like some green overflowed, but that's an easy touch-up with a small paintbrush.
Means we got the broken cloth in there instead.
Yeah. And you'll never see it from, you know, a foot and a half away at the D&D table anyways, so most of the time I don't even end up going back and actually touching them up, because most people will never notice. I mean, obviously, the people that own them do.
Well. Next up's a flame skull.
Yeah.
Very simple, but the green fire on here is a very wonderful touch in here. And, I mean, it's just basic.
Yeah.
It's two colors. It's hard to go wrong with that. But just from how a flaming skull looks, at that standpoint, yeah, it's got actually a pretty accurate size to what it would be for a tiny kind of entity.
I mean, if you're looking at a you know, humanoid,
straight up,
very, very, very close to the correct size. I do like the transparency of the green flames. And the fact that even through the mouth you can see the green flames to where it kind of looks like it's coming out of the mouth, which is pretty awesome. I like that one.
Alrighty.
Yeah. I'm surprised because usually these really small ones, the paint job is not great, and that's actually that's pretty nice.
I'm also liking the newer things they have going on with like flying entities or the air and the space that's in between stuff. Usually it's real flimsy, but they've been on a roll actually getting thicker material in that. So they're not as flimsy as they look.
Awesome. This is the Cloaker Mutant, I believe. Or Mutate. That is awesome looking.
That is a horrific creature.
Cloaker that basically melded with the upper half of a skeleton. Its last meal, or, you know, some sort of weird mutant. But, yeah, that's very well painted. And again, based off of the previews of looking at them just on the internet, they look a lot better in person. This was actually one of the ones that I was less excited about because it looked very cheesy in a sense in the pictures, but it's actually very cool, and I'm excited to use it at the table. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's one of the ones where it definitely looks better in person. Because some of the colors online will look like it's unpainted almost, but there is actual like bone texture and color to that, and that is nice for that underneath part.
Yeah. And then the next one we pulled out of the pack here is a Nothic, which is another really good paint job. I
love these guys specifically because they're wizards. You know, let's just say bad stuff happens and they turn into these kind of horrific creatures who can kill by staring. And I'm glad to finally have good miniatures of these guys.
Yeah, this was another one I was watching another video, and they actually said that they were looking for miniatures for a long time, and it was very difficult to find any miniatures for them. So again, all of us are glad that they've come out with a very good looking one.
Nothic represent. Let's go.
Yeah, no, that is a very nice looking miniature. Again, I'm very excited to start using these ones because even a lot of the ones that we have back behind me, paint jobs weren't nearly as good as this set. I'm very impressed so far. So yeah, if you are interested in getting some miniatures, it's also a good set if you're just getting into it, because there's a lot of different things such as groups of drows, different mind flayers, different shambling mounds. So it's got a good variety of different things. You have plenty of zombies, so low level encounters. So it really is a good starting pack in a sense. So yeah, if this is something you're interested in, go definitely support your local game stores though. And
Not a sponsor.
yeah, not a sponsor.
We're just here being nerds.
Yeah, we purchased this ourselves. So yeah, definitely support your local game shops. This is not sponsored, nothing of the sorts. Just doing it for the fun of it. So the next one we got here is just the Goblin miniature.
Basic Goblin.
Yeah, it looks again very good. I'm not sure how I feel about a lot of different. I mean, I guess it could make sense, but like depending on what pack it's from, either they're going to have green skin or yellow skin. I feel like it switches back and forth a lot, so that's something that I'm not a huge fan of. I don't think. I think it would be nicer.
The yellow skin's more. The green skin's more traditional, what you expect, and yellow skin is what they're kind of leaning into. I mean, obviously from the box.
Yeah.
But I mean, at that point, as DM, I would just run it like they're different clans, because why not?
And they're honestly starting to make them look more humanoid-ish with the skin. They're like less green. They're making them look more, tan compared to being, completely different skin color. But very well painted. Again,
use it as a goblin or just a halfling with a skin condition. Either way, it'll work.
Yeah, you can use it for a lot of different things. All right, yes. We have our first Mind Flayer, which I'm excited for these. These ones look awesome. This guy actually does not have hands. It actually has tentacles as his hands on this one, which is very cool. Very good paint job again. I like the detail in the cloaks, in the top of the head. I forget what the thing's called that goes behind their head, but the type of clothing.
I just call it a crown at that point.
Yeah,
it's cape, a cloak. I mean,
this is a named one, which is Hashutu.
we're gonna absolutely butcher all of them.
Oh yeah, 100%. But again, I mean, it's what I will need to pick up the book itself to read a little bit more on the different ones and just where I have a better idea of what their different abilities are, because I would assume each one has a little bit different abilities. So. No, another very good-looking miniature, though. I'm very excited for all the Mind Flayers, especially with Baldur's Gate 3 just dropping. Well, not just, but dropping a little while ago. The popularity of that. And another great place to start if you're coming from Baldur's Gate and you're trying to get in. There's another great set that you could use because it has Mind Flayers. It has things like that you could use to try to, use Baldur's Gate as a starting point.
Oh, yeah. And here is one that I've been waiting for because... Oh yeah, pictures online do not do that justice.
No.
Good old Otygugh Mutate. Needing some good Otygugh miniatures for a bit, because they're a very underused monster and certainly need some love, and this is fantastic looking.
Yeah, this is one of the previous ones that I was also excited when they came out with, but not nearly as good of paint jobs as you can see on these, just in the mouth and things like that. But no, I'm very impressed again.
Give that a look.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
A wild creature. Yeah, surviving on sewage, they're obviously going to have to look a little bit strange and deranged.
Yeah, and it's kind of a cool set because it does have a couple different mutates in it, like, the Cloaker Mutate. So yeah, this is another very cool one that I'm glad we got out of that set.
And right off the topic of Baldur's Gate, getting into psionics, Psionic Goblin, at least one of them, this one appears to have a sword and readying something else in his other hand, and definitely some more wicked-looking armor. I appreciate and was kind of wondering why a lot of psionics, they're represented as purple, and that's probably because who knows? There's probably design choices with that, and purple isn't used much for other nature or powers and things like that. But seeing green psionics being thrown into the mix whenever it's like goblins, okay, I'm down. I'm very interested.
I like the psionic sword that he's got there. That's pretty awesome.
And it, just like the other blades and things they use, it's gnarled looking. Yeah. It looks like it has spikes, even though it is a incorporeal sword. This we have, basic wolf right here. And for a simple gray paint job, there is still some good detail with the teeth, the snout. I can even feel like I see the eyes, as little as they are. Definitely a nicer looking paint job for wolves, just in general.
Yeah, and wolf miniatures are useful anywhere. Druid companions, wolves are probably one of the number one just basic animals used from what I've seen. So it's always good to have another, just another wolf miniature within the collection.
And the first one of the day that is a duplicate, this is the Helmed Horror Old Boy Dwarf. This one's leaning heavily a little bit more than the other one, but again, that's an easy fix.
Yep.
Take it away.
Nice box here.
This one ready.
Ooh, that fell out. Ooh, that is the blue Slaad.
Oh my.
Wow.
That's a big boy.
Yeah, that's what I felt rattling around in there. Nothing's broken. Looks very good again. A little bit of gloss where everything else is matte in a couple of places, but
I do like that paint job overall.
Yeah, very much so.
Blue, basically lighter blue and a darker blue. Very simple, but
yeah, almost purple.
Almost purple, yeah. But the spikes, the eyes, and the spines and the claws, they really do pop out at you, and that's very, very nice on this. I've had a couple Slaad minis before, but that's a beauty.
Yeah, I don't think they've had a pre-painted blue Slaad yet, because I had to paint my own previously.
Not that I can remember. I know they've had Slaad minis, but that might be a first for blue.
This is the Stirge. Mm-hmm. Those are cool. I want a couple of these.
Yeah.
Just a small flying creature with a really weird, needly mouth.
I believe there's one or two other prints they've done of those, and they all look slightly different, but this one's pretty...
I will say it's probably the better looking ones. Usually the other ones are extremely small and just kind of just slapped paint on them.
This one's definitely sturdier than the other ones, but it's also got a one-tone flesh color, which for some people, they might like that than the other colors.
Another duplicate here. I did not notice previously.
Oh, another zombie?
Yeah, I did not notice that it's missing its eye.
Oh.
But on this one, the eye spot's a little large. It looks like an eye patch, unfortunately. But yeah, so that's another duplicate. It looks very good. Again, leaning, but very easily fixable with some hot water. So no reason to get upset about any of that, especially since it's something you can fix pretty easily. All right, and then this is another one of the zombies here. Ooh. This is, I believe, also another repaint, but this is a Duergar, or just a normal dwarf. Nope, it is it's the Duergar.
A Duergar zombie?
Yep.
Fantastic.
Looks very good. The armor looks phenomenal. It actually has gold trim and a gold head as the belt buckle. A couple of different color silvers, which is, it looks very, very good. Nice. They did a great job on the facial hair, and the weapon looks awesome as well. That's a pretty sweet looking.
That is a neat sculpt.
Zombie, obviously. Zombies, it's always good to have multiple of them because, when there's one, there's a bunch.
I think getting zombies of all the races is always fun because limiting it to just humans can get boring. So throw in some Duergar, maybe we get a Tiefling zombie at some point,
Yeah, I think I've seen, either this set or one of the other sets comes with a Halfling zombie, which was pretty cool. I think it's this set. It has an axe in its head.
Well, I guess we'll find out. Oh. But I know what this one is.
That's one of the rares, too.
A Shambling Mound, who, of course, might never want to come out if you want to yank them out of there.
Definitely.
I trust you more with this than myself.
Yeah,
I've
opened it.
This is the expert box opener.
I've opened a couple hundred of these.
This little guy, Shambling Mounds are... There's been a couple miniatures, and they're like the dark green swamp that you're thinking of. So this is actually very surprising to see a bright green kind. I mean, they'd probably want to emphasize plant matter and stuff. I get it, even the mushrooms there, but making him a much lighter color was definitely a, I wouldn't say throwback, but definitely reminded me of some older versions where they were just bright and in your face and not the shambling moss and thicker roots that you'd see in a swamp.
Yeah, I think they could have done something a little bit more with the mushrooms on the top of it. They're very much so just kind of blending in with everything else, even the mushrooms on the back here. They could have done a little bit better. I think it could have used a very like a brown wash, something like a Agrax Earthshade. From Citadel as a great wash. You can make your own, but I do feel like it probably needs just a nice brown wash just to try to bring everything a little bit together, because like you said, the green is extremely bright, looks almost toxic. I mean, so you could use it more of something of those sorts if you prefer, but I think this is probably something I'll end up touching up a little bit and putting a wash on and probably doing something to the mushrooms there.
But as a look, not the color scheme, but the actual miniature itself, phenomenal. Great look. Yeah. Great sculpt. The vines and everything coming off of it is great.
Yeah, there's a couple different mushrooms even up in here.
Different leaves.
On its head. On the back of it here, there's a couple of mushrooms that you could, paint red or yellow or something like that just to make them pop out a little bit more.
I like the addition of using what looks like rocks as teeth.
Yeah, I did see that as well. I actually do really like that. I think that's a very good addition that we've really been needing for a while, I think, on one of these.
Paint scheme, questionable. The sculpt, fantastic.
Yeah, very nice looking sculpt.
Getting into here, I think I'm correct. This is another one of the wolves. I didn't know if there's several wolves or just one wolf in this. It is the same pose.
Yeah.
Same scheme. I don't know why. It's a little skinnier looking than the other one.
Yeah.
Just slightly, which is very interesting to see. But nonetheless, multiple wolves, always fun to have.
Yeah, I mean, you can fight a pack of wolves at low levels. You can save somebody from a pack of wolves. There's a lot of different uses for having wolves, and obviously if you have a druid and a ranger, both of them might have wolves as their companions. So there is a lot of different uses for having multiple of them.
Oh, yeah. The Goblin Psi Brawler.
Oh.
Right there screams main character. If you got a Goblin Monk player, they're already represented, and they're going to love that.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, seeing a unarmed goblin taking a beating right there. He's good to go. He's got some green on his fists, and I'd assume they put blood or something there, but it's light green.
That's actually the psionic ability in his fists.
That's what was thinking if it wasn't that. It's not the same green as the other psionics. Again, this is like lime green if you look close. But once again, a good-looking goblin, very versatile in use, no matter what.
Yeah, I'm excited to see a new style of goblins being portrayed because a lot of them are just kind of the same, like a goblin with a spear or a goblin with a sword. So it's very cool to see a different style of goblin miniature coming out.
Mm-hmm. Another zombie, just another... this is one we've not gotten yet. Almost looks like he's got denim jeans and a tan jacket on, but the... forward shambling look of him is definitely meant to be here on this one. And it looks like his left arm is just completely out of socket and he's leaning forward.
Yeah, wow.
Gnarly looking guy. His guts are hanging out.
Yeah.
Overall, great sculpt.
Yeah.
Paint job for the guts, obviously, could maybe use a little bit of touch up.
Yeah,
but
if you can find it, Blood for the Blood Gods from Citadel. Also not a sponsor, just love their paint. Some of their paints. Use a lot of their technical paints and contrasts and stuff like that is what I end up using a lot of the time. But yeah, Blood for the Blood Gods is a great one to put on top of any type of internals, really. Makes it look very, very realistic. I think the jeans they could use something a little bit different. I think it's a little much for being, for Dungeons & Dragons.
It's not literally jeans, but it's the perfect color.
It's very, very blue to where it really just looks like a set of denim jeans. So
hey, it's perfect for a modern setting. I love it. It works.
All right, into the next pack here. All right, we have very nice. We have one of the giant spiders. Ooh, very nice.
Had to deal with those recently.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We were just playing with a couple of these last night in our game.
I like the stripes and the bumps on the back as well.
Yeah, I do like the bumps. It adds a little bit more texture. The unpainted ones, the unpainted set of these, the back is extremely soft, so it's no bumps, no nothing like that. Smooth, so it's kind of difficult to paint it with it looking okay, so you have to either add stripes or something of those sorts to try to make it look a little bit better. I really like the fact that they added a little bit more texture to these. Even on the arms, there's bumps. Very, very good paint job again. I do like it. It gives a little bit of variety to the ones that I already have. And it's still a little bit different of a sculpt, so I do like that a lot.
And this one was just, the regular giant spider. There's quite a few minis of these, and it's always interesting to see the different interpretations, because some of them are those large, like brown recluse-looking ones, and that's the typical what you'd think of a giant spider. But this is going more going into like the Lord of the Rings Shelob kind of territory, where it's that fat back, or the thorax, I guess it's called, and you're really showing some prominence in that area.
This next one we pulled here is the Grimlock. Another weird type of miniature. Very good looking though. I do like it. From what I don't know a whole lot about these, but I do know that they are Underdark creatures that mostly have lost their sight and just go off of echolocation and things of those sorts.
For a one note almost, very just gray all around creature. I can still tell the details where they put them in. You know, like the sagging
on the stomach,
and where there is like a little bit of like a loincloth. So that's very nice on the paint job portion, where it is like this gray, sallow creature, but you can still give it some depth.
Yeah, and it's cool because he's actually wielding a large bone with other bones protruding from it. So that's also a really cool weapon choice there.
Very underdark.
Here, another gened zombie. Again, looks, about the same. Not really much to say about that. A little unfortunate that they chose such a bright color on the pants, but always fixable. So, and again, not that big of a deal. At the end of the day, you have a zombie on the table, people are happy.
And if you got a million zombies on the table, then, I mean, who's going to look at the one guy wearing jeans?
This is definitely another repaint. I really like this one. This is the Elf Zombie. She is dragging some sort of...
Was it a Morning Star?
Morning Star, I believe, yeah. Very cool. I do like the colors. The black and purple look very good on it.
Looks like a Drow Zombie.
Yeah,
that most likely is.
It just says elf.
Well, I mean, hey.
But no, it looks very good. There's pieces of the arm that are showing through in the skull that, have a little bit of blood on them, which is awesome. Another very good looking zombie miniature.
Ooh. Yeah, especially with the dragging weapon behind and the dress that's kind of torn up right there. Yeah, it's always nice to get more variety. Get this. Now this is the good old Encephalon Cluster. Now, for a one note looking at a first glance like paint job, it looks just gray. There actually is some decent detail work. Almost looks like moss, but is probably more of the mucus that you see underneath, or some other material. I mean, give that a look. It actually, it is pretty good up close and personal than compared to, far away.
Yeah, I definitely think that with the liquid coming out of the pods themselves, I think they probably could have used a little bit more gloss maybe, just to make it look a little bit more wet, because it's very... there is some metallic in the green that does, give it that look, which the actual droplets coming out of the pods look great. I think it's just the bottom, the fact that it's also very thick, it's almost as thick as the base. They could have, I think, done a little bit better on that, but yeah, still a really cool miniature. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of uses for it at some point, I mean, depending on what you're running.
It's a foul-looking thing.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, and hopefully we get the counterparts to this, which would be awesome.
Next up, we've got another Mind Flayer. I can see the purple already.
Oh yes, that's another rare.
He is just a Mind Flayer, holding a brain, classic style Mind Flayer, with their clothing, their armor that they usually have. The hands are normal. Very long tendrils that he has coming off his face.
Yeah, it's really cool that one of the tendrils actually comes up and out, because usually they're just down, and the fact that each tendril is actually individual compared to just being like a beard. Yeah, beard that most of the time. Yeah, it has the little tendril that actually comes all the way out up to the brain, which is just awesome. Very, very, very good looking miniature. I'm
nice details.
Yeah, very impressed again. They did a great job, and usually like the little belts and stuff like that are pretty sloppy. Usually there's some overpaint, and honestly, there's not a drop of overpaint on this, and
you're actually right.
I am very impressed with how clean that is.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen where belts and stuff have not had complete overlap. And I'm actually just noticing that with a lot of them, they've really upped
Like
their
the
game
goblins.
on a lot of the paint jobs to where it's, I mean, the zombies are a little bit mush, but everything else, I mean, very clean on like the armor and stuff like that. So yeah.
Very nice. This I can already tell. Another goblin. This is actually one we got before. This is just with the short sword or dagger wielder. Right over here.
Yep.
Good old duplicates.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not a duplicate though. Yeah, that's a Troglodyte.
Ooh. I really wanted him as well. That's an awesome looking one.
He almost looks like a Slaad to a degree, but the tail is definitely more wicked and honestly a lot more details in paint job. Or details in the paint job were put onto this boy, but that is a fierce looking creature.
Yeah, it almost looks like a Death Slaad or a Grey Slaad. I really like the. I'm not sure if it's blood, but like the claws are completely red along with its feet, which look more like blood because it's not like 100% painted. There's portions of the skin tone that actually show through it.
The back of the tail as well is got the same color.
Which may just be something it attacks with. I honestly have not looked these up yet. I'm definitely going to now. Very, very cool. And their elbows also have like large
spines,
plates almost that come off. That is also really cool. That are covered in
that
blood
is a
as well.
plate. I thought it was another spike. Yeah, that's a nice little addition.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's awesome. All right.
Yeah.
On to the next one.
Y'all. Good variety so far, especially with the big boys.
Yeah, we haven't had it. Usually, I have a couple more duplicates by now, so I'm really impressed. Oh, yes.
Oh wow.
Oh man,
I didn't know
that is something that I have been very much so looking forward to. I love my dragons, a huge collection of them, and this is going to fit very well in there.
He's a chunky boy.
He's chunky.
Look at that stomach.
Most of the gem dragons are. Due to the fact that gem dragons actually do not use their wings for flying, they actually have psionic abilities, or that basically they can lift themselves without actually using their wings. So that tail looks awesome.
Only problem is that base just needs a little bit of work, honestly. But other than that, the sculpt great, but the base and how it's sitting, some of those feet are coming up. That's But yeah, that's a. I mean, it's a gem dragon.
Yeah,
they always look good.
Yeah, very gem-esque, which some of them don't look as, sharp. Yeah, I'm very impressed with that. That's awesome. That is super cool.
Well,
I'm so excited.
Even that fat little tail.
I know.
What a nice little addition that is. Oh, that's a beauty.
Okay, let's see this next one here. I believe this is another one of the Drows. It is. I believe it's the, nope, this is just normal Drow. Very nice. Dual short swords. Again, very nice paint job. Not a bunch of overlap or anything like that. Its head's got a little bit of silver on it for some reason. Don't know why they couldn't just touch that up just a hair, but other than that, very good looking.
They're getting better with the metals.
They are getting much better with actually painting within the lines. So that's another very nice looking one. Here is another zombie with the spear through its neck.
Oh, yeah.
Right here. Yep. Okay, yep, and then another Stirge.
Stirge right there. What a beauty.
All right.
Okay. Get on in there. Let's see.
Ooh.
Oh, man. All right. Out of left field, but
Ochre Jelly.
Ochre Jelly. I was literally about to say that color is looking like a fire elemental.
And it almost could be used as a fire elemental. I'm not a huge fan of the face.
This man's Oogie Boogie. Let's
very
be
much
real.
so.
I mean, again, love the sculpt.
Yeah.
And it is a great it's a unique miniature.
Yeah.
I do like the color as well. But
the face actually does look better in person.
Very interesting.
Yeah. I think they could have gone without the face.
It's a little cartoonish.
Yeah, and that's, I think, my biggest issue with it. It's less realistic. I mean, it's very cool.
Hey, if I want to run a cartoonish kind of dungeon or something,
I just very much so like the
that one.
actual
Ochre Jelly.
Yeah, because this is what it looks like in the book. So I really like this Ochre Jelly. I wish they would have just stuck with no face. If they would have just, done no face, because it's meant to be just a slime that crawls around. It's not like an elemental or something like that.
Hey man, he's cute.
He is kind of cute. I'll give it to you.
There you go. Next up, looking like a Stirge. It's something tiny. That's not a Stirge.
Ooh, a Intellect Snare.
Yeah, it is. Oh wow, that is a wild looking thing. I would have just said it's a ball of smoke at first, but yeah. Huh. Not much you can make out for some of the details, honestly.
Yeah.
But it's unique.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I want a couple of these for sure. No, very, very cool.
Very simple miniature as well.
Yeah, but it looks like just like the ribbons in a sense look awesome. So
I'm not saying it doesn't look awesome.
Yeah. Well, very loving them.
Is this another zombie? Possibly. Yeah. That's the first zombie we got. And, this one, was that?
Yeah.
It's the same one, however, there is no missing eye.
Oh, really?
Yeah, look at that. There's actually a slight difference there on that, and the paint job is a little bit more lighter overall. Wow. There's some real variety on that bad boy. All right.
It's just not leaning.
Not leaning. There you go. And this is... Oh, what is that? A Psionic Ashenwight.
Yeah, it looked kind of like a Duergar.
I was gonna say a Duergar, like, infested with spores at first. Yeah. That's what it looks like. Like a fungus.
I believe they're supposed to be gems, actually. Like emeralds of sorts.
I'll take your word for it, but
yeah.
He's finely detailed on all the robes that he has on, as well as the, almost like a girdle he has underneath.
Yeah, I believe that's what they're supposed to be, is gems sticking out. I believe I saw it in the pictures from the book.
Hey man, did a good job on it either way.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. Almost through the first brick.
Yeah.
Just over half on the first brick. Yeah. All right.
And there's a wide spectrum of things coming out.
Yeah.
A lot of undead, a lot of Underdark, but...
Oh, another Hooked Horror.
Speaking of Underdark.
Yeah, another Hooked Horror, which again, if you're coming from Baldur's Gate, you most likely fought these in the Underdark, so that's another good one to have. Alright, what do we got here? This is another Flaming Skull.
Oh.
Alright. There. Let's see, paint job.
Pretty similar.
Yeah, very similar.
Yep. Consistency is always nice too.
Yes, consistency is nice, especially when you have multiple different ones. And another one of the Nezznar The Spider.
Oh, yep, named character.
Yep, another good looking one there.
It's over here. There you go.
Okay. And then
Staff went the other way this time.
another one that we just pulled here. The Psionic Ashenwight.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
This is when the real duplicates start hitting.
Yep. Looks like just that those two packs had a lot of the same things there. We are starting to get closer to having most of them, I believe.
I was going to say, are we over halfway?
I believe we are over halfway on different types. Ooh.
This is our second, what was it, Cloaker Mutate?
Yes.
Yeah, second one of the evening, second large boy duplicate, and yeah,
very happy with it.
And consistent paint job.
Yeah. Again, it looks much better in person than it did in the previews, because I was a little scared for that one. It looked a lot more cartoony. In the preview, it looks very, very cool looking now.
Another Grimlock. I was forgetting the name. This one, ignoring lean, a little lighter on the paint job, honestly. And a little fatter, almost. Just slightly. So those little details, you know? Even when you get multiple, there's one that you like just a little bit more for some imperfection it's got. Now this is someone we don't know.
Corrupted Villager, I believe.
I believe so. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty gnarly looking.
Oh wow, yeah. It's eye being bigger to where there's no lids or anything. That's kind of wild.
Almost like a skinless half of a body.
Yeah, that's looks painful. Looks extremely painful. Is
Well,
what it looks
yeah.
like. Oh wow, yeah, no, that's.
I mean, that almost works like a zombie as well.
Yeah, no, you could definitely use it as a zombie of sorts. So.
I mean, if you look at the other arm that is normal, it looks like it has a giant bite mark out of it as well.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, no, another very nice looking one. They could have done a little bit better on the hair. It's a little bit yellow, so could have done a little better there. But overall, another very nice one.
Listen, they're just going with the Goblin Psi Commander. They're just trying to get the yellow in for all of them. Now
that is epic.
Yeah.
The Psi Commander Goblin that is using the shield ability. Very, very, very cool. I was really stoked on this one when I saw it coming out. It's a very odd miniature. You don't see things like this very often. So when they do come out, it's really cool to see them. I really like that. Yeah, we actually have a couple more Psionic Goblins that are in this set that we don't have out yet. So, I believe at least.
Well, we're going to get them hopefully soon, so peel away.
On to the next box here. Let's see what we've got. Okay, another Ochre Jelly.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Dancing his way downtown.
Yep. Okay.
Is that another one?
That's another of the zombies.
It's the Gene Boy.
Yep.
He is taking over.
He is leaning forward. Oh, here we go. This is a new one. This goes with our.
Ooh.
This is the Encephalon
Gemmule,
which is what comes out of those eggs. This is supposed to be a smaller miniature.
Tiny size.
Yeah, it's supposed to be tiny.
Made him bigger for the sake of miniatures.
Yeah, but very cool.
It's
also eats brains.
It's a weird looking thing because I almost expect it to be metal.
Yeah,
with
its
agree. Skin. And I would just think it's something like Spelljammery, where it's like, yeah, it's some weird living metal. But no, it's even weirder.
Okay, we got a heavy lean on this one. So again, I'm not sure why they can't just fix that before they send them out, but not bad. It's probably just from when they're in the box, they sit in certain ways. But this is the Drow Assassin. It is a female Drow with 2 short swords again. So that's really cool. You could use it as like if you're doing like a Drow rogue assassin. I mean, even if you'd use it as an actual character, it'd be pretty cool if you did an elf or something like that. Again, I like the almost all black armor. Is extremely cool. The cloak could have used probably a little bit more wash or dry brush. But other than that, very good looking.
I almost get Ranger vibes as well.
Yeah.
Just from the green cloak.
Yeah.
It's definitely a nice little touch there.
Yeah.
Something you don't usually see on like Drow, at least in the artworks, is like bright green. So that's kind of cool to see. Yeah. Alright. This box just wanted to break apart it wherever it could. But coming out of it, it's another one of these.
Another Alpha Grick.
And similar. I mean, same looking to the other guy. Same kind of paint scheme.
Yep.
Simple enough looking, snake-like looking creature, but...
Yeah, I mean, Grick miniatures always come in play. We actually haven't had a lot of them yet. I don't believe I think I have 1 or 2 maybe. So having a couple more is always nice, especially one that's larger like that, because a lot of them are pretty small. So having an Alpha Grick that's a little bit larger is cool.
Yeah. Don't want to get you too excited, but this is a gnarly looking, of course named Mind Flayer. Volsh.
Yeah.
It's a Mind Flayer, and it's looking badass no matter what.
Gosh, that is a wicked miniature. It's got insane wings that were gifted to her from some god. I do know that much.
Well, I know it's not normal Mind Flayer.
Yeah,
as well as the magic coming on.
So cool.
On a levitating rock. Everything.
And it looks amazing, and like the cloak actually coming down and hanging off of the rock a little bit, her platform. Wow, that is insanely cool. I'm in love with that miniature. I think this is probably going to be my favorite from the set. That is extremely cool. Yeah, I couldn't ask for a better looking Mind Flayer. That's interesting and awesome.
Yeah.
love that.
This is another Drow, the dual short sword lad. Yeah. No difference that I could see, at least on that paint job, looking the same. So again, consistent, nice. And the last one in here is another goblin, as I can see, and it's this short sword wielder yet again.
Yep.
More goblins for the slaughter.
All right. Next up here. Oh, another Encephalon cluster. Encephalon. Yeah, Encephalon cluster. Very much so, similar.
Same paint job.
Yeah, looks good though. I don't mind having a couple because you can definitely use them, as other things. You don't have to use them for what they are. You could have them in like a spider nest or something like that as spider eggs, which would be kind of cool.
I'm also seeing, I might be crazy, but it seems like a fungus or something.
Yeah.
Like a weird mushroom patch.
Yeah, it could always be that as well.
Some gnarly looking thing.
Yeah, definitely you could use it as terrain, which would be very cool. This is another cool one. This is a crystal Grick.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a very cool looking one.
Okay, now I would have preferred him to be the bigger one.
Yeah, it would have been very cool if it was an alpha crystal Grick. Yeah, very, very, very awesome. I'm excited about that guy.
Yeah, very similar paint job to the Flame Skull and the Psionic Goblins with that kind of green-yellow going on. Very nice looking.
Another corrupted villager.
Oh, he's got the backward lean going this one. There we go.
All right, and then another. These are the
Troglodyte.
Yeah, Troglodyte. Another cool one. I like that. All right.
This will be the last one for the first half. Let's see. Anything that we haven't seen yet? Fingers crossed. Well, big boy.
I always take more spiders.
Yeah. Spiders, zombies, goblins, the easiest enemies to run, most versatile, so more the merrier.
Yeah. There's so miniature in that.
Yeah. This is another Drow Zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, another one of the...
Oh, that's definitely looking like a mace of some kind.
Yeah.
Or even a flail.
Yeah, I think it's probably something like that.
Then there is another one of... Oh no, this is a new one.
Wow, the Gibbering Mouther.
Gibbering Mouther, yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gibbering.
Another flesh tone like the
eye.
Stirge.
I really like the big eye up there.
Oh yeah, that's cool. It almost looks like a dragon eye going on. Yeah, same flesh tone as the Stirge, but very well done with all the different mouths and eyes and all those little details.
Yeah, the eyes at the ends of the stalks are really cool, and there's a lot more eyes on it than I originally saw, so that's very good looking. I would have liked it to be a little larger, in my opinion. But it is very cool.
It's a baby mouther,
Yeah, and with this, again, being one of the more rare ones out of the pack, I would have liked it to be, a little larger, but still very awesome. I'd still love it. I would gladly take a couple of those.
That's a Gibbering Mouther you'd throw at, early level characters. Another one of these guys, the Gemmules, and... again, more the merrier on those, because if these things are just a bunch of them waiting to hatch, might as well get as many as you can.
Definitely. All right, that is the first half there. Yeah. On to the second here.
Oh, yeah. First half, what a haul.
Yeah, no, we're definitely getting there. All right.
And at least for what I've seen so far, the Crystal Dragon, the Amethyst Dragon, and the one Mind Flayer are the coolest looking ones, in my opinion.
Definitely.
But honestly,
that felt heavy. That's probably
following up right behind them. I think honestly that Troglodyte is just gnarly.
Yeah,
I really do appreciate
that. Mind Flayer though, I think just takes the cake. Starting the next set here, the next brick each. Probably going to be a lot more duplicates since we are starting to get closer to having a lot of them. Hopefully we get a couple more really cool ones here. Here's another of the pods. Yep, the cluster.
So many clusters. I wonder if there's any big guys that we haven't seen yet. I'm sure there might be one or two.
I think there might be, but I don't know. Maybe not.
Let's
maybe
find
one
out.
of the more rare ones, I guess. Another one of the Psionic Ashenwight.
Ashenwight, right over there. He'll just be chilling.
Yeah. Okay. Looks like another goblin of sorts. Yep. Another of the brawler one.
There you go.
Yeah. Goblin Psi Brawler. Okay. And another one of the. Keep forgetting the name of these guys.
I get through so many. Oh, the Gemmule.
Yeah, the Gemmule. Right. Alright. I've just never seen them before this set, to be honest.
Same. Again, it's something that looks like it's straight out of spell.
They are wild, though, is how they're created. So.
Yeah, learning about them is definitely. Oh boy. Just like learning how many different types of giant spiders there are.
Yes, that. Yeah, cave spiders. I mean, there's
phase spiders. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have multiple different kinds right here.
Oh, I know. Too many, you know.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that. I don't think too many.
Too many. We can never get too many of these psionic. We got the one with the sword again. The Psionic Goblin.
Cool.
That's another one that is welcome. Oh, that's another crystal Grick I see.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That one looks much better. It's actually sitting up. This one was very close to the ground.
One's punching forward. This one, this is, I think.
Which is actually kind of cool to have, you know, because then you can have, you know, two Gricks fighting in the same thing, and as a DM, it's going to be easier to keep track of because one's high up and one is crouching. So
call him Hunchy.
Yeah, that is that's cool. I actually really like that.
And then, this is actually a new one, I think. I don't think we've got this one yet. This is the Drow Matron Mother.
Oh, no, we have not gotten that.
The spider staff and everything, as well as the tentacle whip that they're known to have as well at her side.
Yeah, the tentacle whip looks awesome.
Yeah.
Again, rather than being just a molded piece on the side of them, it actually is its own piece, which I very much so like. It's actually, I believe, it completely separate molded from the body of it,
It might be.
and then glued on is what it looks like. Because a lot of the times now they are, to make them have more detail, they actually mold them in different pieces, like the head, the chest, the arms, the legs, and stuff like that, and they actually have to assemble them.
Well, the tentacle whip, I believe, was used in another miniature. I don't know if it's the same one,
Yeah.
but I mean, hey, I could easily see that being.
And it has actually some really good detail. It actually, you can see the suction cups on the tentacles, which is very cool.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah.
The actual ridges and everything. Yeah,
that's pretty awesome. I think the staff's a little cheesy,
a little
but
wonky.
Yeah.
Nothing you can't fix.
No. But
all right.
All good. Yeah, that's another new one. We like that.
Drow and goblins and zombies. That's really dominating it.
Yeah, and there is quite a few more mind flayers that we don't have.
Oh, I'm sure.
I think there's one. There might be 2 or 3. I know we haven't gotten that one yet, so.
I was about to say one
There's
of the
another blue Slaad.
Slaad.
Okay. Let's see. Very consistent on the paint job.
He looks a little darker.
Yeah.
Just slightly.
Probably just more wash
That
on
might be
him.
it.
Again, random little pieces of gloss, which don't make a whole lot of sense, and missed a portion of its body paint there. But other than that, still very nice, and excited to have more blue Slaad, since, again, the only one I knew of, I had to paint myself to get my whole collection of different colors. The only one I don't have is a black Slaad, but that's because they were only, I believe, in 3rd edition, and so they haven't come out with a miniature form for a while.
Where's the rainbow Slaads at?
Right. Another of the elf zombie here. Another one of the person in jeans.
Jean zombie.
Jeans, leaning way forward on that one.
Man, he is going.
That's pretty. That's leaning pretty far forward there.
He's eager.
All right, and then another corrupted villager. So yep, there's a couple more duplicates there.
Continuing on, let's see. Big one. Another cluster. Wow.
Yeah, they are
These
popular.
clusters. Man.
I almost don't like that, but
I mean,
again, you can use them for so many different things at the same time, so it's worth it.
Miniature terrain.
Yeah.
You know, any just set piece.
Yeah, I mean that's just like the giant purple worm egg. I ended up buying quite a few of those. I think I ended up with 6 of them, just you know, because it's really cool to have them laying around its lair or something of those sorts if your players get into that. So
Another Corrupted Villager.
Yep.
Going with that sidewalk. Another zombie right here. That first zombie that we pulled in that line. And the last one, this looking like dual sword drow yet again.
All right.
Yeah, this is definitely towards the all duplicates boxes.
Hopefully we still get a couple of the new ones. That would be awesome. I would assume we will. Ooh, this one we have not gotten, and it's a large. I forgot about this large one. This is very cool. I'm also extremely excited about him.
Oh.
This is the Ceremorph, the Ettin Ceremorph, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep, the Ettin Ceremorph, and it's really cool because it actually, Ettins are a creature that have two heads, humanoid, giant that has two heads, and so when these are created, two tadpoles are put in them, and the other head actually moved down onto its chest, so that's kind of wild looking. Instead of having tentacles out here, the tentacles are actually part of the stomach, skin, and very good looking. Paint job's very nice. I like the detail of the additional head. It does have some purple markings on its forehead, which are pretty cool, and some small tusks. Again, I really like when they're actually using pieces that protrude from the miniature rather than just being part of the body. So that's another really nice one.
Even with that, the head being part of the body, you can tell where it separates from the head and then where it's like fat and muscle.
Yeah.
Which is another nice detail.
All right.
There.
Another flaming skull here. Yep. Same. Very nice paint job on that.
Yeah.
All right. Another of the Stirge.
Oh.
Which again, I'm always okay with that.
I mean, they're.
And then another one of the fire guys, the Helmed Horror. Yep. Again, I really do like this miniature. I think this was an extremely cool one to add. They did miss the, which I actually didn't notice. Yeah, no, they definitely on this one. It looks like they could have put another layer of paint on the handle of the hammer. It's kind of see-through. You can kind of see the red shining through it, unlike this one. But still, again, very cool. I like that. Those are really cool. You could have, I know sometimes getting a lot of the same ones that people don't like, but you could use those as guards, in like some sort of, setting that would be really cool.
Looking at the red as well, honestly, I was thinking more like, it could even be like a type of fire elemental or something.
Yeah.
Like in armor. Or,
definitely.
What are they called? Mirrodons? No.
Myrmidon.
Myrmidon.
Yeah.
Those things.
Yeah, we just, we haven't done the Season Shores review yet, but they just came out with a couple of really cool Myrmidons in that. So that should be coming out. I know this is obviously the newest set, so Season Shores a little bit back, but we'll still do a review on it just because, why not?
And this is, oh boy again.
Yep.
Happy face. Waddling on down as a jelly.
Happy face.
This is yet again the. Oh no, this is different.
Yep, that's one of the priestesses,
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
That's the Drow Priestess.
Yeah.
She's got the whip in one hand, and.
I'm pretty sure that's the snake whip, actually, where it's snake heads that bite.
You actually can see a little bit of detail where they did account for that.
Yeah.
Not much, but there is a little bit.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure that's what that is, which is very cool. I would say the armor, the chest plate on this one isn't as detailed as the other ones. It looks a little rounded at the corners, so not as nice. Very cool miniature still, though. I do like the colors, and she has a very large crown on it, in a sense. I guess it's a tiara, technically, but...
Technicalities.
Yeah, but very cool.
Regal attire.
Yeah.
There's another... Stirge.
Yep, and again, the more for those, that's something that no matter what, you're going to have multiple fight at the same time. You're not just going to do one. So that's something worthwhile having a couple of.
That's another Intellect Snare.
Ooh, yeah, we definitely need a couple more of those. So that's awesome.
Right
yeah.
So small.
Yeah.
All right.
Very, very cool. I do like that. All right. On to the next one here. Let's go with... Ooh, another one of the
Otygugh.
Otygugh
Otygugh
Mutate.
Yep.
The armor on this one is actually, well, I guess they're about the same. When I was also looking these up previous to ordering and buying, the armors looked like they were also see-through, but it looks like they are partially painted to where it's not as see-through as the rest of the body, which I kind of like. So yeah, that's cool. I do like those.
Like a thicker hide portion.
Yeah, it's supposed to be armor because the normal ones of these are actually supposed to have black plates for that armor. The ones that are plated, they're supposed to be black plates. So this one, don't know why they didn't do it there, but I guess because it's a mutate.
Want to make it green?
Yeah, everything green, right?
Plenty of green in this.
Okay, what do we got here? Ooh, this one we also do not have. This is one of the zombies. Yep, this is the one I was talking about. This is a Halfling Zombie. Had a bad day though. Has an axe through the top of its head, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, very cool. I like the tattered cloak. It's actually got some holes in it, which is very nice. Yeah, no, that's a really cool one. I really like that. Again, the different varieties of zombies. It's very nice that they've started to do that rather than just humanoids. They actually have multiple different ones, and they actually did like I believe a lizard folk one came with one of the undead army set. Another psionic with a sword. And another one of the silver guys here. Alrighty. Gemmule. I will not ever remember that name. So
it's out there. It's not like, oh, this is a goblin. No, this is a horror beyond our comprehension.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of,
ooh,
is that a roper?
Yes, it is.
That looks very similar to some artwork.
I love that.
That is certainly a roper. Good lord.
Yeah, and they've done a couple of different varieties of ropers. I definitely like this one. A couple of them I did not like that they came out with. So this is a very nice one, though. I do like it. Yeah, and I like the additional small
stalagmites.
Yeah, stalagmites.
Stalactites from the ceiling.
Well, you never know. It could also just be hanging upside down. So
honestly, it works both ways knowing the creature.
Definitely. So that's another very nice roper. I will be happy to add that to this collection here.
Oh yeah. Another zombie with the spear through the neck. Still probably not as bad as that halfling axe in the head, but I mean, it's up to interpretation.
Yeah.
There's another one of the Drow Assassins.
Yeah, I think the hatchet to the head might be a little quicker.
Listen, they're both just having a bad day. Speaking of bad days, another Troglodyte.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll
do it for that one.
Murdering with his blood-covered hands.
What do we got?
Upside down. That's what we got. Let's go. All right, another alpha Grick here. What we got? Another commander, Psionic Commander.
All right.
With the shield, which I'm always again glad to have that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to have that. Like I said, a very not common miniature, which is cool.
I mean, just goblins with some weird stuff going on.
Yeah.
It's better than the usual goblin with a bow, goblin with a dagger.
And another wolf.
Wolves were somewhere.
We're starting to get a little...
We're breezing through.
Yeah, but starting to have quite a few up there.
Oh, yeah. Quite a few. Yeah, 100-something miniatures.
Yeah.
Otygugh, once again. Mutate Otygugh. Come on out, baby. It's okay.
Yep, there we go.
What a beauty.
Yeah, we definitely got a couple of those.
Yeah. Speaking of a couple of them, here's another goblin. I think this is a Psi Brawler, once again. Yes, it is.
Yep. All right.
Got quite a few of those lads.
Yeah.
Here's Gene Boy yet again. I could see him right through the plastic.
Gene. Yeah, those bright blue jeans.
He is the dominating force of this box.
Yeah, I think, we do have the most of him so far.
Yep, speaking up, here's another contender for that second place. Here comes another Ashenwight. Let's do it for that one. Down to the final 6.
Oh, another hooked horror.
So it's hooked on the box. Anyway.
Okay, let's see what we got out of the small ones here. Okay, another one of the zombies, purple ones.
So that's the first one right there.
Yep. Okay, this is new. Yes, this is one of the mind flayers that is opening up a portal and having a giant tentacle come out of it.
Oh,
very cool.
Interesting.
I like the almost bone style armor. It kind of looks like. Yeah, that is kind of wicked, to be honest.
Hold on a second, I just need to...
Yeah, just bake that in.
Mind Flayer Clairvoyant on that one. Oh, yeah. And there's his hand in the back that has the portal.
Yeah.
The flowing robes. Yeah, some great detail on that one.
I do like the robes are actually kind of like blowing with the portal. Like it's almost trying to get sucked into the portal. That's pretty cool. And then another just basic goblin here.
Goblins
getting down to the last couple here.
Yeah.
I believe we are getting close to having all of them.
Let's find out. Hey, another Ettin Ceremorph.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that.
Even if we don't have all of them, we got quite a few of the Mind Flayer boys.
Yeah, I believe it was 4 total. So I forgot that we had already picked that guy. So I believe that is all 4. But
well, hey, here's another flying Stirge.
Yep.
And we've got...
I'm surprised that we only got 1 of each.
Oh, another Halfling Zombie.
All right.
Well, that's a nice addition to see.
Yep.
Something other than Gene Boy. And speaking of... Oh, I thought he was at first. Nope, this is just the Grimlock once again.
Yep.
Got him.
All right.
All right. Big money, no mammies.
Ooh, this also we do not have yet.
Oh, look at that. Wow. Yeah, pull out the tools for this one.
Yep. I forgot about
What
him.
is that?
That's awesome. This is the Ochre Yeah, that's another really sweet one. When I originally saw this, the only thing I'm somewhat disappointed on this one is they didn't paint all the eyes. It's covered in eyes, and they painted not even an eighth of them.
Yeah.
So they definitely could have just tried a little bit harder there, but it's still very cool. I think personally this is going to be one of the ones that I go back and actually touch up, because I think if all of the eyes were painted, it would be a much nicer miniature, but very cool still.
Yeah, still a gnarly looking creature. Wow. Take your place right there.
Yeah. All right, and then we have another zombie with the spear through the neck. All right, and ooh, yeah, we always need a couple more of these guys. The Nothic.
Ooh, all right. Yeah. 2 Nothics.
Yeah, now we got 2 of those. Hey, now you have one.
Oh, fantastic.
All right.
Another Goblin.
Yep, another Psionic Goblin with the sword.
All right.
Down to the last couple here.
Let's see. All right, that's another
Cloaker.
Yep, another Cloaker Mutate. I'll put him with his brethren right there. Still looking consistent with the others.
Yeah, very much so. I do like them. Yeah, this one, the paint on the head, I really like, and yeah, no, they really did do an amazing job on this Cloaker Mutate, because I was not very excited about it. Now I'm much more excited about it, because if I throw that on the table, I would be scared.
Another Flame Skull, which, hey, why not?
Yep.
Oh, this one. Now we've got a couple of him before. This is the Duergar.
Yeah,
the Duergar Zombie.
We only have one of him actually, so that's the second one.
Oh, here we go. And one more. Man, you are real common, aren't you? This is another Psionic Goblin with a sword.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Perfect. All right, last 2 boxes here. We will get these opened up.
Get this ready.
All right, and that is another giant spider. Again, usually if you run into one spider, there's going to be more than one. So don't mind having a couple of those. So that's not a big at all. Okay, and yep, another one of the
Troglodyte?
Yeah, Troglodyte. Yeah. Those are just still such a cool miniature.
Yeah, I'm glad to get multiple of those.
Yeah,
things.
definitely. Yeah. Okay.
Lovely.
Another crystal Grick here.
All right.
Yep, don't mind again having a couple of those. That's definitely cool. Very nice little miniature. So
fantastic.
Yep, that one's standing up a little bit more. And the last one out of my set is a Mind Flayer that we don't have.
Really?
Yeah, it is another named one. Chishinix.
Oh Lord, that's a name.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I'm gonna say Chishinix.
Yeah.
That's gonna sound probably either on par
Let me see that. That's very cool. It's holding like another Mind Flayer head. I'll have to kind of look into him once. I need to go buy the book so that I can actually kind of figure out what these guys are, because I would really like to have the individual stat box for each of these. I believe that actually now is all of the Mind Flayers from this set. I will have to double check that.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
But beautiful sculpt. Very cool. Again, it's not just like, basic Mind Flayers, like just standing there with a staff or something. They're very, very, individuals in a sense. You can tell that they are different. It's not like just throwing a bunch of the same thing on the table at all times, which I really like. Actually having variety like that makes it much easier to run things with multiple different varieties of a sculpt. So,
all right, the truth. Let's see. What's our final big boy? Another blue Slaad.
All right, not bad.
Could have done worse.
Yep.
Next up, another wolf.
Okay.
Can't go wrong with that. More animals to the party. And then we have a Gemmule. Final Gemmule of the night. That means 5 total right there. And our last miniature is... one more of Nezznar the Spider.
All right.
Well, I guess we go out on a named one. That makes the most sense. I've lost him.
Yeah.
He's right here in the front.
All right. Yeah, very cool. We did get a very nice variety of different miniatures here, so definitely happy about that. Overall, I think it's a very good set. Like I said, a good one to start with if you're getting into the hobby now. Usually you can buy these individually to where you don't have to have as many. Obviously, it's easy when you're splitting them with somebody. But very, very cool set. Definitely would recommend it, and just make sure to obviously always support your local game stores. So
honestly, wide array of CR and range of different things.
Yeah.
I mean, anywhere from goblins to zombies, mind flayers, drow, and monstrosities. I mean, we're covering
Shambling Mound.
We're covering a lot of bases here, and it's nice to see a very versatile kind of set. So. Yeah, I think
and even with the rares, I think I believe that we actually got everything. I'll have to double check that. But yeah, I think we actually even ended up with at least one of everything. Kind of crazy that we literally got exactly one of each of the Mind Flayers, one of the Dragon, one of the Roper, and one of the this guy. But that's and the Shambling Mound.
And the craziest looking things. That Mind Flayer though, this one specifically.
I think that takes the cake for sure out of this set, because
that hovering one, that is fantastic.
Very, very, very cool. Like I said,
that's almost like a statue that you'd see somewhere.
Yeah. No, I mean that's something, to be honest. If I had a miniature case for very special miniatures, that would probably go in it. I really, really like that one. So another beautiful set. Again, this was Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk. You can pick it up now, almost anywhere. So, any local game store. If you don't have a local game store, you can get it online, obviously. So yeah, I would definitely highly recommend it. Again, the paint jobs were much more detail oriented than some of the previous sets.
And
so,
consistent.
Yeah, very consistent as well, which is nice. So yeah, this is that entire case opened.
All right.
Well, if you made it all the way to the end, we do appreciate you watching all the way through. If you liked it, please give us a like, follow, subscribe, comment down below. It all does help. We are a small channel just starting up, so anything does help at this point. So yeah, thank you. Cheers.